on the side. I have no idea. Anyhow. There I am. Let me wear these. They look better, don't they? Oh, these look better. Can't see a damn thing. Granny glasses. Oh, yeah. This is the best month. October, was it 6th, 5th, 6th, somewhere. It feels so nice. I got the vent on. I don't know if that's too loud for you. You know, when I built one of the vents and I have to flip. So it cools off real fast in the house. Save a lot of money. I'm basically on the second floor, even though it looks like I'm on the first floor. Anyhow, from the front. Anyhow, what am I doing? It doesn't really say. I didn't write up on it. But I'm a powerlifter, competitive. Right now, I lost a lot of weight. I got sick. Bad cold, whatever the hell it was. I don't know. Bad. But I have a hernia, so when I cough, it's like someone stabbed me in the guts. So I lost 20 pounds. I wasn't eating. So now I'm back down to like 217. So from 243, 4. So I'm doing more of a hypertrophy, like a bodybuilding workout. Higher rep, pumping up the muscle. And it's totally different. But it's good. It's working. It's working. I just started back at the gym. But I'm going to keep up with the living room training because I realize a lot of people, like elderly, they ain't going out. They ain't driving to no gym. If they even got a car, they ain't taking a bus. All you need is a couple dumbbells. You can get a pretty good workout, especially when you're, I don't know, in retirement. And I notice it. Now, my muscles were pumping up, but then, I know what I'm doing. But you don't need a lot of heavy weight. You need reps. Reps and sets. And minimum rest in between the sets. That's all. And you get a good workout. And I'm back at the gym now. I'm basically ready for a push for a meet. So that'll start November, December, January. Yeah, November, I'll start that. The training will change. Then the training is for one single rep of heavy weight. And there's a different training process to that than training to build muscle. Check Nick Carter. He don't care about the heavyweight. He goes for the reps and he goes for the slow burn, like and he works the machines. And this Nick Carter, is that his name? He don't look human. He don't look human, man. This guy just needs to put on some green paint. He don't need no prosthetics. He don't need no special suit. He could be the Hulk right now. Right now, paint him green. He'd be the Hulk. The man don't look. He looks for me like he's from another planet. I never seen someone that swole in my life. Is that his name, Nick Carter? Because I'm senile, and right now I don't know if I remember his name. Is it Nick? Or Rick? The dude. He looks like something from another planet. He don't look human. The guy with all the veins. I'm straight as a laser beam, but I've already took some of his pictures because I can take any pictures. This phone is crazy. It's an Android. I pop a picture, crop it, send it to Walgreens. I'll have me 11 by 9 with him go, yeah. Now look at it, go, wow. He looks freaked out. Nick Carter. I don't even know what I'm talking about. What's his name, man? Someone here, you know what I'm talking about. I'm going senile. I go to the store, right? And I'm going for ice cream. But then I remember I need beer. So I go for the beer. Because it's in the aisle over. And I can't for the life of me remember I needed the ice cream. So along with supposedly deteriorating muscles, which I don't seem to have, getting this thing with the brain. So maybe more creative, I don't know. But in any case, hope that's his name, Nick Carter. Rick Carter? Rick? You know what I'm talking about. He better win the Olympia. If he don't, I don't care. He's my man. He's my man. I ain't gonna Photoshop and whatever you call it and email or go to Walgreens and get another picture of someone else. I don't give a shit who wins. But this guy, he don't look. It don't look. It don't look real. He got veins. I never saw veins like this. He looks like a Hulk. I swear, if they dyed him green, just put some of that green shit on him. He don't need no fake suit, man. He's the Hulk. He looks like a comic book. I'm looking at him going, is that real? Is that Photoshop? No, and I keep checking like he's working out. He ain't Photoshopping it. And I'm going, this guy's, I'm not in awe of humans. I'm a very, if the crowd goes that way, I go that way. But I give credit where credit's due. This guy's, whatever, and I understand and to be able to deal with what he's got to do. You know what I'm saying? What he's got to do. He ain't on TRT, you know what I mean? He ain't on TRT. Carter, right? What's his name? Come on. Hey, Charlie. Hey, Duffy. What's that guy's name? The guy going to the Olympiad. Carter, Nick Carter, Rick Carter. I'm going to see now. The dude with the shaved head. He don't look human. With the veins in his calves and fucking like this. I mean, I'm still unlike my life. I don't know what his name is. I keep forgetting it. And every time I see it, I gotta remember it. I better write it down for when I talk. But he's amazing. And he's going through it. You don't understand. The easiest part is the workout. When you're talking about bodybuilding, what they gotta take. I know you guys that are natty or don't take steroids. You don't have no idea. I mean, if you're taking a little bit of TRT, what do you friggin' do? Your body makes testosterone, so it knows what to do with it. When you start taking these molecularly changed ones and the other chemicals for ripping off the fat and the diuretics are taking all the water out, they're going through hell mentally. There's a mental thing going on because some of these anabolics, they go through the brain barrier, and they affect you psychologically. I'm not talking about roid rage. I'm talking about melancholy, massive anxiety attacks. Then you got the night sweats, where the bed is drenched. You got to put out towels. So my hat's off for them for what they're doing. They're literally torturing themselves. And on top, let me see, there's more shit. And on top of it, when they get on stage, this is the truth, they're real close to dying. You can't stay at that where they're at. In other words, you're taking some of the steroids at that point, anabolics, they're to stop the body from cannibalizing the muscle tissue, even though you're starving yourself. Which means you start cannibalizing your organs and shit. So, Carter, Nick, whatever, Rick, I don't know. I apologize. It's late in the day. I went fast on a workout. 45 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sets. Minute or less between sets. Good pump. I feel it. Doing bodybuilding right now. Hypertrophy. Next month I start I call it a push for a powerlifting meet. Beginning next year I'm benching over 350. And I'll be 72. I got a 330 in the can right now. If I made that one meet, but I couldn't, the pain. I tried everything for the pain. I didn't try morphine. But I met my father, he worked on the rail, he had a bad shoulder. And he said, I went to the doctor and they stuck me with this big needle. They stuck cortisone in there, which is a steroid, by the way. And it took it right, he's going, man, it took it right away. I remember that to this day, and I was a kid. So anyway, no, I can't get cortisone. And as for SARMs, that's bullshit, man. So anyway, Back to lots of cholesterol and pig's feet and eating good food. I made a sardine. You can do it with anchovies or sardines, a mixture of both. Sauce for spaghetti night. Okay, I like it. Even the missus liked it with lots of garlic. It's really good. If you go on YouTube, you'll see guys making it. It's an Italian thing, Sicilian thing. And the boy, my grandson, he's eating this, he's taking plates of it. And his sister, who's a year younger, she's chowing this shit down too. I go, man, I got these kids trained. They eat like it was the 1940s or 50s, you know. They eat good food. So anyway, that's good too. But now, what is this guy talking about? I don't know. I'm just killing time here. I just got back from the gym. I don't know, pretty weak. Considering I used to do 225 for 14, 15 reps. That 185 for 11, I really had a drive for that 11 rep. There was no 12 rep. So, say what you will, losing weight, lose strength. That's why I bumped up from the 220 class to the 242 class. So I knew the extra weight. You know, let's say you don't want to do steroids and you don't care about a six-pack, then gain some weight, babies. You gain weight, you'll push more. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Hello. Got another man. Yeah, I don't know if you can understand me. I hope so. Maybe there's a translator. But yeah. So you got your hypertrophy and then you got your strength training. And the hypertrophy is good for the strength training because you're putting on more muscle. So when you go to strength training, you got more horsepower. You understand? So basically I'm in the shop now, boring out the engine, putting some more cubic inches on my engine. My name? Bilal? Bilal maybe? Hello, Bilal. Yeah, so you guys are waking up over there. I figure, going to bed. No, I'm getting up, right? It's 3 in the morning here. So hypertrophy's good. You don't need to go. Ha 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 ha. You don't need to. The powerlifting routines are good. Thank you. Thanks for coming on here. Thanks for coming on. So yeah. So the powerlifting weight, the powerlifting exercises are good. Compound lifts. But you don't have to do them like me. You can still do 8 to 12 reps, and you'll do basically hypertrophy. I just did bench today, but I changed the rep ranges and the rest in between sets, so I was getting a pump. Now, when you're going for strength, you rest in between each set, so you can recharge your battery. I noticed that as I was doing it, when I was pushing for more reps, I had to incorporate this. It was not here. It was here. You got to put it in. Dang. You're developing that wiring and that voltage, the intensity from the brain, and you can do it. You see these guys, they look bony as hell, and they're lifting a lot more than me. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're on gear or something, but still. Some of them have full head of hair, so, I can't see what they're on. So, and one other thing about steroids, any of it, even TRT, before you do anything, make sure you're eating a lot of cholesterol. Yeah, you could. I would say every other day, or, mix it up, bicep, tricep. You can overdo it too. But you got to go by your own body. Your body might be able to, I'm old now, so I can literally do bench once a week. I could overtrain because I'm old. But as you're younger, you sense. Is it slowing you down, or you still, you know what I'm saying? You have to gauge your own healing time and growing time. You got to heal, and then you got to grow. Me, it take a whole week. I was thinking about it tonight, because do I go tonight? I saw this weird movie from, 19 65, a black and white. It's called Witch, and it wasn't. It was done well. It's an English movie, and we both got said, "Man, this has got to be a book." You can tell when it's a book, you know. You can exercise. You can explain me best. Exercise for full body. Full body, okay. Well, then if you want full body exercise, I would do powerlifting exercises. Squat, bench, deadlift, and bent over row. But do the weights that'll keep the reps between 10 and 12. And your whole body will be packed. You'll be packed. I'm 72 this month. Deadlift. Yeah, deadlift's great. Just doing reps today. I'll be putting that one on. I just did reps at 225. You know, and the whole trip was a minute between sets. If you're not doing 10 to 12 reps, let's say you can only do 5 reps, 6 reps, 7 reps, then you gotta, and you want to get a pump, you gotta make the rest period short. That's all. There's nothing wrong with compound exercise. I still think a standing curl is a compound exercise because I feel it all over, even in my back. So, and a curl, there's nothing wrong with a curl. You'll notice a lot of powerlifters, their bicep ache because they're not doing the curls. You gotta do curls, and that's it. Squat, bench, deadlift, bent over row, and standing curls with a straight bar, because you want, you know, I'm not trying to, you got your thing, right? It's that, see that? You see that? That's when it's this way, not this way. I'll be doing an exercise where I take most of the weight off this end and put it here, and I just do this, and this thing goes nuts. The bicep burns. I do a standing bicep, dumbbells, where I put more weight on the inside. So then I twist it here. There's more plates on the inside. I'm feeling right now. You know how they do it, right? If you're just like this, but then you do that, see that? That's why you gotta have a straight bar. Anyhow, Mike Metzler recommended a straight bar too. And deadlift is great. I love deadlift. As you get older, you're not competing. You don't need to go near PRs and shit. Just do the 10 to 12 reps, but keep your form. Well, focus on your form and do it more light. Stuff you can do for 10 reps, and make sure your form's good. On the deadlift, you screw up your form, you can have your spine hit the wall. Your nuggets will be flying. So you got to be very careful on deadlift. I was telling another guy in the gym, he wanted to emulate me. He's doing his shit. He said, I hurt my back. I said, I told you got to watch the deadlift. I'm very, very conscious. Like when I'm doing heavy shit, I'm really, man, I got to do this right. I don't want to have the traction, As it is now, this hernia is driving me nuts. So anyway. Deadlift. It is so awesome. Thank you, Graham, for any tips. Yeah, and eat too. You gotta eat. You gotta eat. You gotta eat cholesterol. You need cholesterol to build muscle. They're all nuts. This is a fact. All your hormones, all your steroids, all your testosterone, everything. Well, testosterone's a pro-hormone because it makes other hormones, but to make testosterone, you need cholesterol. Pork fat. Bacon fat. I know they go, he's crazy. Hey, my heart's good. If it ain't for the hernia, I'll live to 150. Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing. My mind will go. But, I got no heart problems, kidney problems, liver problems. I ain't getting a stroke. It's just this hernia. So once they patch that up, I'll be fine. But you have to have cholesterol in your diet to make your hormones. So if you're not eating the way I'm telling you to eat, you will have low T. And then you'll go to the TRT doctor and he shows you a blood test. Oh, yeah, you're low T. Let me start shooting you up for the rest of your life. And you're what, 29, 30? No. Eat the meat, man. Make that beef stew and don't spoon. I see people spooning off the fat. Like, what are you, nuts? That's the best part. That's when you put the dumplings on top to soak it up, man. Or the bread. Or make the gravy. That's how I used to make gravy with the fat. Now you take the chicken out. You got that big black cast iron frying pan with all the brown cooked up in it and the chicken fat. Well, what do you think you do then? Then you sprinkle in the flour, brown up that flour a little bit, mix it in with the fat, put that water in, boom! You got chicken gravy. You know what I'm saying? People eat wrong nowadays. They just eat wrong. Just the way it is. And the proof is guys like me, and now I got my grandkids. My kids are all healthy too. But my grandkids are eating like me. I mean, they love it. The kid will open up, say, can I have sardines? I open up a can of sardines. He's sitting there with the tin on a paper plate and toast, and he's going to town. There ain't no many kids knocking down sardines. And tonight I made that sardine pasta. Check it out on YouTube. There's an anchovy one, a sardine one. I didn't have no anchovies, I would have made the anchovies. But you can make it with sardines. And it's a butter sauce with garlic, little hot pepper flakes. And you make the sauce. And then your spaghetti, you do not cook it all the way. You cook it semi al dente. It's still a little firm, but it's moving. You know. And you put it in there, right? And you keep taking water from the spaghetti pot, little by little, like a spoonful. And you stir it. You keep very slowly moving around because it's not hardened yet. And what happens is the starch from the spaghetti make this beautiful cream sauce, like you were making gravy from flour. It was unbelievable. I made a bucket of it. I got one serving left. The kids both went nuts on it. The missus had it twice. Yeah, sardines, good meat. Yeah, lots of eggs too. Eggs got tons of cholesterol. Eat them all. And your testosterone will go. Your testosterone go up. You won't have a low T if you eat a lot of cholesterol. Hold on, I gotta read it. Grandpa, I get very, very easily. I get angry very easily. How can I control my anger? That's a good one. Because I used to be, I still am, but I sense it and I stop it. Find out why you're angry. And instead of being angry, realize that doesn't fix nothing. Angerness might be valid, but it's not worth the energy, man. It's not worth the energy. I notice if I take B12, if you're on antibiotics, your intensity of anger goes. You just snap fast, so. And you'll see a lot of them keep calm. Just keep calm. Don't let things bother you. Guy cuts you off in traffic. Hey, maybe his wife's having a baby at the hospital. You don't know what's happening. Maybe he's trying to get to the hospital. Maybe he just got fired. Maybe his wife's driving him nuts, Give the guy the benefit of the doubt. Now, as for anger, the best thing I've known is to start deep breathing. Just a few. 3. Now, if you're in a situation that's making you angry, I'd leave the situation because the missus gets me crazy angry. I just walk outside. I don't care. And I don't let things bother me no more like it used to. Though I was ticked off about when Kirk got shot. Because I just, But, you got to sense what's angering you and don't go there. Literally tell yourself, I'm not going to get angry. I'm high strung. I'm angry right now. I just But I calm myself. Yeah, just keep the breathing. Coffee will do it too, because I did my blood pressure and it was high. And she goes, of course it's high. You take 6, 7 cups of coffee a day. I go, oh man. Right, so now I'm back to 2. But coffee will do it. And if you're in a situation that keeps getting you angry, is it because you're just taking it too much, the situation? Or are they really annoying you? Then get out of there. Whatever it is. Don't let it bother you. I mean, travel, like I said. It ain't worth it. Life's too short, man. You see how I am? I act like I'm 20. It went by like, boom. Now I'm an old man. I'm an old man. It's over. It's over. It's over. What am I going to do? Go to college for 8 years? No, I can't do it. Would I like to? Hell yeah. Get some more mathematics, engineering degrees, but no. So life's too short to let other people ruin your day. So there was a guy, it was a sailor, a philosopher guy. He said, don't let the bastards tear you down, because when they get you anger, you're tearing yourself down. You know, so some of the bodybuilders, they can stay calm. Trust me, the stuff they're taking them would turn them into berserkers, but they are calming themselves down. You have to train yourself to calm yourself down. Don't let it get to you. It ain't worth it, man. It ain't worth it. Because in the end, you lose. Hey, how you doing? Eli, I am 20. Well, you're young. And you're Muslim. Okay, that's good. That's good. But you're 20. You're youngin'. You're youngin'. Train. Study. Muslims are good at mathematics. At least I know from the ancient past, so. You're smart folks, so. Work this, you know. But that's all I can tell you there. Yeah. Studying, reading books. That's another thing. I got so many books. I packed them in boxes and put them in a storage facility. There's thousands of books. I read a lot of them. I didn't read them all. Good afternoon, man. How you doing? Hey, Ray from Gala. Tony. Pops, what's the best bench press advice you could give me, if I'm asked? Well, don't overtrain and don't undertrain. You got to know by your own healing process. Like I tell everybody, I do it like this. When you tear yourself down in an exercise, you got to heal that muscles, and then you got to grow those muscles. So until that's both done, you don't need to go back at it. It could be every other day. It could be, there's a lot of routines. Monday, Tuesday, rest. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday's good. Upper body, lower body, rest. Upper body, lower body, 2 days off, come back in. If you're young. If you're old, that's too much. I've tried, even at my age, it's too much. It's too much. If you want to build muscle tissue, you go hypertrophy, 10 to 12 reps. Do, I'd say 7 to 12 reps. Do 8 to 10 sets, 2 minutes apart. One less than 2 minutes apart, preferably 60 seconds. And pick the weights that you can do that with. For bench. Don't go heavy. I missed the last meet where I was going to bench over 350 because I blew this sucker out in training because I'm nuts. I like just going single up to my 95% and punch that shit out. Don't go near your PRs. Stay between 10 and 12 reps, should be safe. And there's nothing wrong if you do have sore shoulders. You know, do pumpers. You know, don't go all the way down. You ever see the bodybuilders? They might go this way off the chest or down halfway. You know, partials. Do your partials. You still get a good workout. You're working the muscle. It don't know what you're doing. It knows it's getting flexed and stretched. You want to pump fluids in there. Hypertrophy, rep work. And you got to eat right. And don't injure your chest muscles. Don't injure your shoulders. Not your muscles, the shoulder. So be careful. Find that spot you like. Mine's a little high. I basically do it wrong, but that's what don't hurt. But and don't always, if it starts to hurt, don't go where it hurts. I mean, when I start off with just the bar, I'm here. I do 30. Then the next set, I work my way down to I'm almost touching. Then I go to 135. And the first set's still not touching. Then eventually, when it gets heavy, I get touched. It's still a little sore right now. but not bad, not bad. But if I'd been bang, 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 I'd be like, ah. But if you want to do bench, do bench. I did 315 for 4. I should have tried the 5th rep, but 4 was good. And I did 330 in competition. I was ready for the 352, whatever it is in kilograms. It's 352 pounds or something. It's in kilograms. I didn't know I had it. They knew I had it. They called me, hey. They called my son-in-law. He missed weighing. Tell him to come down. We'll weigh him today. No, we want him to come. He said, man, his shoulder's popped. He ain't coming. Oh, shit. Well, tell him the next meet's on us. No, I'm going to pay for the next meet. I don't mind. These guys don't make that kind of money. But anyhow, yeah. The main problem with bench is injuries. So find out with the lighter weight where you want to go. You could be sternum. I wouldn't go lower than the nipples. I go a little higher. What am I? I'm about here. Some guys are on the nipple. Some about here. This is nice if you want to just build your chest. But it ain't good for a heavy weight, you know. And you can do some dumbbells, but I usually stay with that, and then I change my grips. I do a close grip for the tricep. I do a wide grip and just do pumpers like that. Until I feel it pump up, and then I push it up. But don't overtrain. You overtrain, you go backwards. You undertrain, you just stagnate. You can go once a week if you got to, on bench. But don't overtrain. You got to think it through. What else you're doing, you know. I really don't like it. Books. You don't like books? The band Pop is 72 years old. Do you regret anything? Yeah, everything. Everything. Well, not my kids and grandkids. Grandpa reminds you of something. Yeah. Thank you. You have a great bench done. Yeah. Content Brothers quality. Hold on. I gotta put on the reading glasses. Ah! Thank you. Thanks, man. You have a great bench, love. Your Content Brothers quality stuff. Yeah, it's proof is it, Talk's cheap. I compete, Grandpa, use hand grip for my hand. Grandpa, use hand grip for my hand. Yeah, hand grip. Hand grip. I don't know what that means, but I don't know no special. Where I feel it's good. Some guys feel like a punch, but I don't like. I see a lot of guys do that, and on a bench they ain't gonna feel too good. I get it somewhere in there. It's almost like at an angle, because I can feel it there. And then I kind of like pull on this pinky a little bit when I'm pushing hard. And you gotta. There's no one. You gotta do it and be conscious of what you're doing. It's like if you're boxing, you're hitting the bag, you got to be conscious of, am I really snapping this bag? Am I sinking it? There's all different kinds of strikes, A lot of them are just snappers. You ain't aiming that much in on the guy. Just enough to bing him. Each stroke full bore because you're going to overswing and now you're open, you understand? Same thing with weights. But I love bench. I mean, right now on openpower.org, and they're taking all the meets all over the world, for 2025, 242 and under 242. What I got? I'm ranked 1, 330 bench. In bench, not squats, not deadlift, bench. And I got world and state records in IPA for raw powerlifting. I got the, they send you a thing. But I can beat those records. Well, not today, I'm sore. But I can beat them easy. That's what I was planning. That was the meet I was going to. And I was going to beat all my lifts and get another world record and state record. And it hurt so bad. So, be careful how you train. Be careful how you train. Happens in boxing and UFC too. They're training too hard. Guy gets a cracked rib. You can't go in a match with a cracked rib. Or they get a blowout of an eye. I got one of them. I can't even see right on this side. Everything in this room, every straight line going up's got a bump in it. Because I had a blowout from a side kick. Did I ever get it fixed? No. But I'm just saying, everything has its price, so be more careful. What else I got here? Yeah. Yeah, you can get the boxing, maybe, but go more light, fast, but it don't have to shake the friggin' world with each shot. You can pepper it like bang, bang. Just, there's different guards too. Learn them all. Some's for farther back. This is good and close too when your head's right in there. Let me come up here. But we got to learn what's going and pepper it. And every once in a while, when you know you ding, 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 you got it, then you do that talk shit. Because if you put 100% each punch, you could pass out. So pepper, ding, 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 ding. Because you don't take much. If you hit the guy in the nose, break that nose, you focus in that much. As opposed to focusing in 6 inches. Just, ding, bam. All-time biggest bench. That's a good question. Well, I did 335 when I didn't plan on doing the 330. I was just doing, seeing how far I could come down and go up. But it went up. I didn't film that. In competition, 330. But 341's easy right now. I did 315 for 4 reps. That's a 350. And that's how you do it when you're ready. I was going to do a 350. In kilograms, I've been like a 351. I'm going to go between 350 and 360. I want to be ranked 1 all years, all over the world in my ranking. So I got to focus in for like a 355. So I got to see who's top. If it's 358, I'm going for 360. So I can focus in on the plan. I'll start that next month, November. And then this is what I want. I got 12, 15 weeks, and I'll build myself up to that. You understand? Let's say I could do 330 right now, and I start banging out 330s, rest 330s. I'm gonna wear these shoulders out. I'll be crippled again, like what happened for the last meet. So 330 in competition. What did I like to do more, my youth? I was a martial arts. I was a karate competitor, state record. I was a karate kumite fighter. I started at 15. I started going down to Chinatown, New York. I should have went to the actor studio and was on the way there, and I would have been I'd have been an actor. Just an actor. Journeyman, they call it. I've been good. I blew out another. I was in Santa Barbara. Like actors that I trained set me up to go to a casting. I got the role. I had the role. And it was Word, so I get my side card, and I blew that too. Because I couldn't get there. I already contracted on a Skunk Works project with high-level security clearance. I fucked that up. No one, so I got so many regrets. It's crazy. I could go, man. But hey, I look forward, right? I do the weights. It's always, you gotta have something in there. If it's books, and books are good. You should read books. The problem with school ruins book reading. Because they're telling you what books to read. Find books you like to read, and you'll read. And eventually, and then your interests will broaden out. Yeah, martial arts. Even before I started training at a school, I was in the yard kicking trees. I was nuts. I had a grappling hook. I'd go from tree to tree up in the top. Hook in with a slip line, climb across, get the win. Then I put a ladder on the back of the garage so no one could see me. I'm embarrassed, right? I did progressive jumping. I do a rail, rung to a roll, right? I must have been 12. I could jump right off the roof. Wow, and do a roll when I hit the ground. Thank God I ain't alive today. that sport they do when they jump and flip off buildings and shit, I ought to try that. So I'm glad I'm not a child today. But I was good in other things too. I'd win science fairs. I built a smart walking stick for the blind at 12 with my own circuits. An analog smart walking stick. With an earring, it would tell you if you're going to hit a curb, go off a curb, hit something. It was great. But then I switched schools and all I did is fight. I don't want to go into it, but there's a certain type of people, all they want to do is fight. So I had to learn how to protect myself. So I wasn't thinking about You know, I love mathematics too. Oh, I love mathematics. You can hide in that world and let the madness go by. Yeah, I agree. You gotta focus on consistency. Yeah, with the boxing, that's all I do is my drills. Might be boring, but it makes it do. Yeah, it ain't boring. You might be boring. It ain't boring to me. If the guy beat me in karate matches and he trained 2 hours, I do 6. I was nuts. I got a VHS tape somewhere. I gotta find it and have them guys. I put that on here, you freak out. I made a thing where I had a cassette player and I used music I like. I used to use a lot of Satriani, right? And I timed Satriani 3 minutes. Then the tape would go silent for a minute, and it was like instead of a bell, I had music. You know what I mean? Even when I'd spar with guys who did kickboxing, we would spar during the music. Music stopped, we rest a minute, come back. So I had this tape of music instead of a bell, and it worked good. Yeah, they had a good time. I got tapes, man. I don't know. That's another thing. Through time, when you're moving and stuff, I lose all kinds of stuff. Good stuff. I won awards for my photography. I've won awards for my artwork, wood carving. They call it can't even think what it's called anymore. Like you see on a coin, I do that with a piece of wood. Uh, I can't think right now. It might lost me, but I did a lot of things. I come almost to professional level, and then something happens. I also was a very, I mean, I was a motorcycle enthusiast, which caused a lot of problems too. Because right now, I said, let me get another Harley. She goes, you're nuts. I'd be on that sucker. I don't know where I end up. I just go. I'm not trying to speed. I'm not one of them. Just find a back road and just go. I've slept on the bike. You put it there, you put your jacket on the tank, and you lean back, you know, on the handlebar there. If you're on the pegs, and you go to sleep. There's nothing like the drone of a Harley going down the road, like, you know, chugging 55 anyway. It's like, it's like a Tibetan chant, like a drone. You're in your own world then. All the time stops. Time stops. I wrote a book on it. I wrote a book too. Oh yeah, second printing. But I'm riding a motorcycle to the desert. But when I get in something, I don't want to talk about it. Like I was a voting member of the Grammys. I was a pretty good guitar player. Really. When I saw that JCM 800 Marshall head, that was like taking off the ring for the lady. You ain't going back to that love affair. That's it. So now I lift weight. And that's my therapy for being a complete failure in life. Really. All the opportunities, all the talents, high IQ, athleticism. I could go on to more stuff. Just never put it together right. But I always ate right because my father was old school, so I learned how to eat. So, and a lot of luck. People, how come you're here and what you eat, what you... Hey, it's a lot of luck, too. A lot of luck got me here. You know, because I could have got injured. You know, I got injuries. I could have been dead, right? Someone runs a red light, don't matter how much you eat right. But I'm here, so I want to get some more good lifts in the book, you know, for records. And then I'll just keep doing it. And take care of my grandkids. I got him deadlifting. And taking care of chores, because I live out in the boons. There's a creek in my property, on Spring-fed Creek. There's trees all over. The last hurricane put a dent in the shop, so I've been patched. I fast patched it, but I got to do the real patch on the roof. Nothing big, just a hole. I patch it. And there's car problems, you know, it's like anything else. And I'm not rich. They call me from Medicare. That's what they give you when you're old. And she goes, "Oh, you're below the poverty level. You can get free stuff." I said, "Well, I never look for free stuff." She says, "Well, it's yours anyway. You got it through your Social Security because of the money you put in as a, you know, I've been working since it was $1.45 an hour." Well, I said, "I didn't know about that." So I'm supposed to get Section B, not Section B, Part B in January, and I get this operation and fixed. So I'm training with a hernia, a bad one. So anyway, it don't matter. It don't hurt me now. The only time it hurts is when I cough. That's how I got it, from a cough. My place was a fireplace, wood stove. That's my heat. I have another place up in the hills. I'm in town now. Doing that Daniel Boone, all I did is read. Sometimes the solar panels, the battery went out, like it was rainy for a few days. I read by candlelight. I get a beer bottle. I had quart bottles. I'd open up a can of beer that's empty, tin, like a flat, like that. And I put a candle in, and I had perfect light to read a book. And I'd read and read. If you want to read, just start reading. I assure you, in a month you'll be scanning through that shit like, wow, this is easy. And there's tons of books. Don't buy books. Go to secondhand stores. And they always have a bookshelf. It's usually from guys that have died. When people die, they donate the stuff to the secondhand store. I can tell, this guy died. He's got all Mike Hammer books. Or another guy, Conan. Or it might be politics, or cooking books. Recipe books are good, man. Stuff like that. Do I live out in New York? No, man. I'm in the Tennessee hills, man. Look through this shit. You'll see where I live. I love you, Day. I love you too. I love sharing my stuff. I'm old. All I can do now is to share what I've done, how I screwed up so you don't screw up, or how I train, because the proof's in the pudding. They got these dudes 40 telling me how to train. You don't even know what it feels like to be my age. You know what it feels when I get up? They don't know how it is. Like, I didn't want to go to the gym tonight. I went to the gym, knocked out the bench. But I know how to get there, and I just do it. Before I know it, like right now, I don't feel 72. I'll feel it tomorrow morning. But once you work out, there's like a rejuvenation effect. It does work. It does work. I guarantee it. But you got to do it. No, I don't. I left New York a long time ago. I've had homes in South Florida. I had homes right outside Death Valley. That was a beautiful home. I've had homes out in the deep Mojave Desert. I had a ranch out in the plains, Texas Panhandle. And I got 2 homes here. I'm poor, too. But I always... The trick is, if you're poor, get a house. But make sure you're in the right neighborhood, fellas. That's when the hernia hurts. And then the country's good. There's, like, around here, there's so much work. I could get a job like that. What do I want to do that for? But I'm saying, yeah, but always get a home and pay it off. Pay it off. Because if you're renting, that money you're just burning up. And most of the time, what you're paying rent, you could have been paying a mortgage. And let's say you get a 30-year mortgage, right? Every year, make sure you pay at least 2 more payments of the principal. You tell them, I'm paying, here's another payment, but on the principal. That mortgage will be done in 15 years. So you get this home at 30, you own the home at 15. All you got is land tax. You don't need much money then. Don't be too hard on yourself. There have been plenty of great men in history who would have wanted to do more despite all their accomplishments. Okay, hey, thanks. Yeah, you're right. Oh, I've had crowds cheer me ring and stage. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah. Like you see the Grammys on TV, I'm in the audience. I'm one of them guys. I can go because I'm a voting member. I didn't keep paying my dues because I had a bad patch there for a while. That's when I sold my band, broke up, all that shit. Tried to get another band, but they're all on. This is, man, when I hit the stage, I want to know I'm here. You can't be doobieing up. Done. Fuck it, I'll read books. And I like El Paso. I hung out in Las Cruces a lot. Then I headed west, ended up in California. Should have stayed in Texas. Fort Stockton, I liked it. I mean, I like these places that people think is nuts, but I like because I get out in the middle of nowhere. The ranch I had in Texas, in the Panhandle, except for my buildings, there was nobody. It was like I was on a boat to the horizon, just sun. I mean, no buildings. It was beautiful. They didn't like it. I loved it. Goats and chickens, cattle, 3 German shepherds, lots of rattlesnakes too. Got to watch out for that. But the chickens kept the rattlesnakes away. Once in a while, someone get in the compound, I shoot them. If they are big and fat, I eat them. I make the kids eat them too. Tastes like eel, man. The skin is just like an eel. But yeah, I liked El Paso. I like that, in El Paso, that mountain there was a Franklin. I climbed that fucker. We parked with the RV and I went up that sucker up to the top. There's a mountain right there in El Paso, people, you know about it. Right there. El Paso, you know how the houses are right on that hill? Looking at Juarez. Oh, beautiful. I don't know how it is now, but it was beautiful back then. And Big Ben. If someone said you want to go to Grand Canyon or Big Ben, yeah, I know you don't know Big Ben. I go to Big Ben. Oh, yeah. I'm getting goosebumps. What a mystical place that is. On the Rio Grande and these canyons way up in it. Yeah, man. Good times. A lot of good traveling times with the RV. Yeah. And then I had the Harley out there, so in the desert, we'd do the back way through Panamint Valley, wind up that winding road when the jets come through that canyon you always see, and go over to Big Pine, Lone Pine. You have no idea how many cowboy movies and other movies were filmed in Lone Pine, because they got those weird rocks. You've seen them in a million cowboy movies and TV shows. Where I lived, an hour or so south out of Panamint Valley, backed up against the August Mountains. What was it called? That's how I'm going to see now. I can't think of it. There have been so many sci-fi movies made there. Star Trek, The Last Planet of the Apes. It's got these weird-looking rocks. The Pinnacles. The Trona Pinnacles. Check that shit out. You'll see a lot of commercials there, for cars and shit. And we're out in the middle of nowhere. That was 2 miles from my house. And I had a beautiful house out there. Yeah, if you got your own business, all you need is to know UPS comes by. Or UPS, one or the other. And you got a home manufacturing business, you could be out in the middle of nowhere and buy a home worth $250,000 for 30 grand. Because no one can deal, there's no work. But there's work if you own your own business. Now, I let the missus do it. I says, I ain't doing it. Well, we're divorced, but we're it's just a whole long story, but I got my own place. She's got hers. But we're always, it's weird. But I said, you want to do it? I'm done with that. I'll help you out when you need it. But right now, we made a killing during COVID. I mean, hey, man, survival. Hey, you up, man? You're up. Holy shit, man. What are you doing up, fuck? Survivor, man. Yeah, Tony, hold on here. Yeah, that is very impressive. Some of the rest. No. That was, okay, so behind my house, where the Trona is, it depends which way you look. You'll see mountains. I'm right behind that. Okay, in those mountains. I could go up in those mountains, right? And I can see rounded rocks that were hit by waves. And you can see where the waves hit. There's a ridge up there, so that's where this inland sea was, man, with round rocks. I'm in the middle of the desert. I can tell a rock that's been in a river or crashing on the shore. Rocks get rounded. Oh, there's a whole line of these round rocks, man. So what you're seeing was underwater. These are volcanic vents or something. And it builds up with certain kind of, I don't know what you'd call it. Not plankton, but what do you call that thing in the ocean? The coral. You can see, I climbed up some. Oh, that's a cool place. There's a Star Trek where he's fighting that lizard guy. That's there. A lot of the early sci-fi from the 50s with that weird music. That's there. I've been there, and when I was living there, they were filming that Planet of the Apes with Mark Wahlberg. And I drive over, there's a guy there in the van, I can't come here. He's, what do you mean I can't come here? Well, they still got the ship up. I says, does it look like I'm going to put it on my Harley? He says, all right. But I took some pictures. Where are they? Who knows? But I was right around the corner from the house. But I used to hang out in Panamint Valley. I'd go over to Slate Range. And I found this rock. It was like an Adirondack chair. What do you call it? Adirondacks. There's a certain kind of chair they make. I said, this is with my son. Because we were looking for old gold mines. And I said, I'm going to sit here a while. So we used to have a fire there. And we're up on the hill, the mountain. And you see the valley and over there. Panamint Valley, they had towns called Panamint. The most violent cowboy town on earth, man. They kill everybody. It was crazy. It was gold. There was so much robberies, they made the ingots 200 pounds. Who you going to put that in your saddlebag? So the robbers got so pissed off they shot the driver. There's still gold in them streams and all. It's in a park, national park, so you're not supposed to pan. But I bet you someone's up there going ding, 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 you know. Yeah. Yeah, let me see. Some rock structures, yeah. What is your favorite song? Wow, my own. I can not consider my own. It's so many. I like jazz. I like blues. Favorite song? That's a hard one because I don't. Like I said, when I drop some, I don't even listen to music anymore. It's like an old love affair. You don't want to remember it, right? You go on. I'm very passionate about the things I do, so when I break away from them, you know. Like, man, can you imagine if I didn't stop playing 20 years ago? Wow. I just found an old cassette of me playing classical music. Bach, Tarrega. It brought tears to my eyes. I don't need that shit. I don't need to be more depressed than I am. But what's my favorite song? Like right now, what's my favorite? Well, I got a song list. Go to my playlist, and one's called Vibrations. Just hit them. There's the songs I like. There are ambient songs, jazz songs, lots of rock, early rock, rock of today, I think. Who impressed me lately that I just heard, I didn't know they'd been around a while, is this group called Tool, Tool. And they're doing weird time signatures. Everyone's driving nuts. No, it's 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. And the people trying to figure it out. He's doing different counts, man. He ain't at 4 4 3 4. He's doing a mix. But the songs are Tool. There's some that's famous with him and the drum beat, and you're focused in on him. And well, man, these guys are good. And my son goes, that shit's been around for 20 years, man. So I got a lot of tracking to do, you know. Like tonight, I watched that movie from 1965. That was good. Called Witch. It wasn't horror. It's quasi-supernatural, but you wouldn't know it till the very end. It's very good. Good script. I know I seen that actor before I checked his biography. Man, that guy was working till his 80s. And he started in movies in the 50s, the early 50s. So that guy worked. Forget his name. But anyhow, yeah. Tool's a good song. But my favorites, I don't know. I like Alvin Lee and 10 Years After. I got a kick out of him. There's an album he did that he really didn't want to put out. It was more like just jamming, but I love that shit. Jazz, got to go with Kinda Blue by Miles Davis. Get the whole album. Rock, I don't know. I got a kick out of Steppenwolf because my friends said they sucked. I talked to one about 10 years. I say, that guy's making a fortune with Born to Be Wild and Magic Copyright on ads. You know, like car ads and shit. Guy must make royalties on royalties, you know. So some songs are just good to make, you know, they just got a hook in them. I think Magic Coppereye was the first rap song. Think about it. And then it's got that other part, and it's like ambient music, that trance music. Don't they play a trance music now? That tram at the end. If you get the long version, it's like that, a trance music. Like the beginning of Blade 1, when they go into that, what do you call that shit when they're playing that music? Those raves. Good movie. They screwed Wesley Snipes over with that income tax. It wasn't evasion. He said income tax is illegal. He's right. It's illegal. You go to jail, buddy. It's illegal, you know. But anyhow, oh, my thing's changed. Yeah, let me see. What's it about? What, the movie? He's just, he likes women. He's got a nice car, and he's flirting with one. He has to leave her house. You know, he hung out for, and he's talking to another one who's an artist. Says, "Hey, can I stay a few days?" You know, he just likes women, folk. Then he sees an ad, and this woman keeps following him. Old woman. So he finds out who she is, and the guy at the newspaper says she was looking at this thing. She put an ad in this newspaper, so he sees the ad in the newspaper. It wants someone to rearrange her library. So he goes on, and then he sees if he can be hired. And the lady has a daughter that's gorgeous. And what was the word they used back then? They don't do, you know, they don't go, "You want to hook up." They go, what did she say? "You want to seduce me." Because you can if you want. I'm going, shit, when they make this movie? I'm looking at it, it's this early 60s, shit. What's this, erotica? But it was good. It was good. It ain't going where you think, so I ain't going to tell you. It was written well. Good script. So I'm really into movies. And I can tell right away, it says, this is from a book. And sure enough, it's from a book called Audi, A-U-D-I, something like that. 4 letters. It was on Tubi. Go Witch on Tubi, you'll find it. Good movie. I really enjoy. I don't like the movies say they're full of shit. You know, I just don't like what they're doing. All these requirements and stuff. No, the cast is a cast. Don't be changing it. So anyway, I go back to the 40s. I find out now. I thought it was only going to 50s, but I went 40s, 50s, 60s. There's lots of detective. They call them film noir movies, usually in black and white. But they're good. Mike Hammer shit, you know. There's a few other ones. Mike Shane. There's some good ones in the 70s. Hickey and Boggs was a good one. The ending of Hickey and Boggs, that setup was used at the end of The Warriors. Because the guy that wrote the script for Hickey and Boggs is the director of Warriors. I just forgot his name right now. So, yeah. I should have been in Hollywood. I could have been a journeyman actor, you know. Anyhow. Okay. You're welcome. You'll come back, okay? Stop back. A lot of guys are just getting up to go to work and stuff. Yeah, stop back. I come on a few times a week. Usually after working out. But, I yacked away. I'm on here for an hour already. Holy Christ. Anyway, well, thumbs up it good. And, yeah. Good, come back soon. Sounds like where I live, yeah, it's beautiful. Just an old farmhouse. But I found a big, like that, sharks too, one of the megalodons in the creek. And I put on my shelf my other house. And I already got relatives coming over when I show it to them, right? You know how it is. It ain't there no more. Big, I mean big. Like that. Down in the creek between my property. I find a lot of fossilized bones. I thought it was cows. No, it's whale bones. And what I thought were clams were the teeth and the jawbone. After a good storm, it cuts out some of the bank. Then I find all kinds of jazz. There must be garnets in there and some semi-precious stones. But what do I know and what do I care right now? I'm getting old. You know, I just go in there. It's magical. There's a couple. There's one in my creek on here, and I set up a camera on a stand, aiming at the falls that's in the creek on my property. And lo and behold, little ways in, a robin lands right in front of the camera. He's hanging out, and he flies away. And then a little bit later, you'll see a fish jump in the water. And somehow, the AI tells you, when you go and it tells you what things are. It says, here's when the bird came, here's when the fish jumped. I go, how do they know that? But it shows, it's like an hour of sounds. I tried one of them. And it's the waterfall sounds. And that's my creek. I sit in there and just let the time pass by. And that's my bridge. Does it show the bridge? No, this is I built a bridge too. If you look at some of the stuff, you see the bridge I built across it. And I own the property up the hill behind it too, which is now just woods. I ain't going in here. And now my wolf died. I ain't going up in there. I could take his son maybe. My German Shepherd just died. I don't want to talk about him. I don't know why. Oh God, I don't talk about that. They're my friend. We were like, I go anywhere. I fear nothing with him. Grizzly bear, he'll slow him down. Big, like 100-pound monster. Look at him with the long tail. A white German Shepherd hybrid wolf. I don't have money going to the thing, but I took care of him, and he just little by little just deteriorated in front of my eyes. I bathed him in the creek. And he liked his face in the grass. I don't want to talk about it. Let's talk about something else. But the creek's real nice. I was just down there with the kids. They love walking through there and looking at the pebbles and whatever they can find. And the sound of the fall's always there. So there's one here on my list hard and heavy. And it somewhere down there, say the waterfalls. Maybe there's a way to search it, Yeah. Yeah, man. My dog ripped my guts out. And I was sick, too. So I'm thinking, did I do something wrong? I didn't do nothing wrong. But we had that flood, so who knows what happened. Maybe ate something. I don't know what happened. It didn't make any sense. He was fine. I brought him in the house because the missus was in Florida with my other daughter having a baby. So he's hanging out with me because she don't like me in the house, but if she ain't around, he's in the house. He's hanging out. I have no idea. And veterinarians, I've seen them rip off my daughter on dogs. So that's what it is. That's why I don't go to doctor. I've been a doctor in 40 years. Because they play games. Anyhow, and plus I'm poor. I don't complain. I live good. You have no idea how little you need if you set it up right, If I need meat and I got no meat, I'll just wait for a deer to come over the bridge. I'll shoot him from this window. You know what I mean? You could set up traps, too. The problem with making traps for deers, though, God forbid some kids walking through the woods, So you can't make traps like, bear traps and shit with spikes. Can't do that shit. But you can make little snares for, like, rabbits and stuff. There's a beaver cutting down the trees because I see it's like points now. The trees are coming up this high, and there's points. I say, oh, man. And I see a beaver's making his little things. Okay, good, damn it up. Then I'll have a big pool over here. That'll be good. It's because I'm on the bedrock. But anyhow. But, yeah, I miss the dog. I see a dog on TV, I get the breath turn off. That's how much it's affecting me. I got to physically, mentally lock it away. Yeah. But anyway, let me go on. Yes, so find the one on my playlist, Live the Hard and Heavy. It's going to be a couple years ago. And you'll see the falls and a robin coming by. Like, I didn't call him into the It wasn't a casting director. I was just filming the fall. He lands right in front of it. He flies away. And then there's a fish jump, almost like a little rainbow trout. And that's on my property. You can hear it. If your window's open, like right now, you can hear it, you know, maybe faintly. Very nice property. Nothing fancy, but for me it's cool, you know. A few too many trees. The house has got a tree next to it. I mean, it looks like some out of some Hansel and Gretel shit. I gotta get someone to trim it, you know, because there's lambs going 20, 30 feet. Ow! Not up. Up is trees behind me going up 6 stories. I don't know. They came on a property to cut some because if they fell into the road, they'd take out the power lines. You know what I'm talking about? But anyhow, the Appalachian Mountain, the mountain's right there. I go that way. 10 minutes, I'm on a dirt road where I ended up into the mountains. Gatlinburg, I don't know. As the crow flies, be like 20 minutes, but with the roads, be about 45 minutes. You know, in Smoky Mountain National Park, that's right there. So it's a nice area. If you like that shit. I mean, I grew up in the city, so I know city shit too, but this, because my folks, my relatives are always in the country, folks, even down here. A lot of my people came from here, so the summers I'm in the country, next back I'm in the city, so I like the country. As soon as I could, I said, I'm out of this shit. But I had it good. I was on Long Island with a boat right there in a creek, in a canal. We go out fishing. I go fishing this winter. Flounders, fluke, bluefish, snappers, whatever else I get. Blowfish were good. People know you can eat blowfish. Oh, they're good. Anyhow. Yeah, that's right. They grow quick and they cut your hair house in half. And some I can't do. You know, I just can't. I'm getting old, you know. I don't know if I, you know. But there was a guy that came by with the power company and was cutting some of the trees in front. He talked to me, he says, if you want, I can do your trees here, you know. And it was funny, he said, because I got big alimony payments. I go, shit, I know what you're talking about. So I said, all right. So this month I was low on funds because I had to buy another rider mower. So this one I have some money. I don't want to call the guy, and then he gives me a price, and I go, well, I got no money. And what the hell you calling me for? You know what I mean? So tell me, you can trim this tree a little bit, I'll be happy. And little by little, do some other stuff. You know? So anyway. Yeah. It's a good property for a yummy because I figured I was going to bulldoze a back and forth road on the other side of the creek, up the hill, and put a nice little, I could put a single wide up there, some shit. Build something or something. They got these little like homes in Home Depot for like 11 grand. I said, put it up there. You know, or double wide be nice. And yeah, and you know, oh yeah. Double wide, single wide, brand new trailer. It's like a spaceship. It's fantastic. But woulda, shoulda, coulda, you know. Like I said, I live another place. Me and the missus had some rough patches there, you know. I think they're all being nice because they figure I'm checking out soon, so, you know. That's what I figured. So I gotta live a long time. Say that checkout you thought was coming, eh? Maybe I ain't that bad, right? Yeah, you know. Look at this thing. So anyway, I better go. I'm barking away here. People must think I'm crazy. But it's like we're at the local bar. Everyone should have a beer going and, you know, doing a shit. But anyway, it's basically working out. I'm a competitive powerlifter at 72. My birthday's this month, October. So I must know something about training. You know. So there's a lot of videos, almost 600. I got more than 600, but almost 600 just weight training. And I do have a vibration playlist, so the guy who was asked about music, there's some, I mean, you got a lot of songs, different music, instrumentals, all kinds of stuff, even my band stuff. I had CDs and all, but we ain't going there. That's another thing I want to think about. But yeah. So I'm gonna hit the road. It's 4 in the morning, and I'm gonna have to get to bed. The grandkids will be over here by 10 in the morning. I'll take care of them all day. We have fun. We go out. See, the creek's a little cool now because it's October, but I got to get those work boots. You know, the rubber ones that come up almost to the shin. I mean, to the shin, to the knee. We'll go in there right now. Have a good time, man. You never know what. You never know what you're gonna find in that creek, man. It's just so nice when that waterfall bubbling. It's like some, a peaceful thing. It's peaceful. Away from all the madness, which we have a lot of these days. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna hit the road. Okay, fellas, thanks for coming by. I got 8 people on here. Wow. Yeah, you have a good night too. I got a little table in the kitchen. Everyone likes a table we can talk. The little girl, my grandkid, boy, girl goes, sit and talk to me, Jake. She calls me Jake. They used to call me the Hulk. Okay, I'm not. My name ain't Jake. When I'm Jake with that. So he sits with me. See, this is the table. This magic table was waiting in my other house. I brought it in the other house. And everyone likes to sit here and just talk and eating bullshit instead of eating and watching that boob tube. So anyway, live your life, fellas. And I don't know what to tell you. Oh, there was a guy at a bar once. He always came in like Dapper Dan with the freaking hat too, with the handkerchief and shit with a cane. You got any advice for me, old boy? He goes, yeah. You got 2 dice in your life. Roll them. Yeah. So anyway, just don't go slumming. When you go slumming, you might not make it out. All right? That's all I can tell you. Read books, lots of books. I talked a lot tonight. No, I can't get advice right now. I want to get another beer. All right. Hey, take care, fellas. I'll catch you on the flip side. I love you all. Take care. And, live it. Live it out. And remember, I'm telling you right now. You see how I am, right? I'm nuts. I don't know how to be old. I'm not talking like I'm 20, 30 years old. It went by too fast. You know what I'm saying? Okay, take care, fellas. Let me figure this out. Bye-bye.